As a child, tasting ice cream for the first time is like discovering magic. The cold sweetness dances on your tongue, melting into a symphony of flavors that burst like fireworks in your mouth. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, where time seems to stand still, and each lick is a revelation of delight. And on a warm summer day, that creamy cone of pure happiness combats the heat of a carefree afternoon, creating fond memories with your friends and family. Let me introduce you to a place that will not only melt in your heart, but will inspire you to believe in yourself and to push for your goals. And it's veteran owned and operated. Welcome to Scoops and Smiles. Shots from the Winchester podcast presents Shots on the Go, brought to you by Greencastle Consulting, your nation's premier strategy execution firm. On this season of Shots on the Go, we're exploring veteran-owned and operated businesses who are vendors at the upcoming annual Vet Fest put on by Greencastle Consulting in Malvern, Pennsylvania in September. Vet Fest highlights some of the area's most outstanding veteran-owned and operated businesses. Scoops and Smiles is one of those vendors. So myself and Mike Murray, Event Marketing Associate at Greencastle Consulting, went down to King Street in Malvern, PA, where Scoops and Smiles has one of their main locations, and we talked to Akain Rowland, business owner and operator of Scoops and Smiles Ice Cream and Water Ice.
If I could say any of this was business plan, scripted out, ready to go, I lied to you through my teeth. Yeah. When I opened this ice cream, I'd never even scooped ice cream in my life. My first one was literally right here, here. I had no idea, brain thoughts of what I thought was gonna flow and how I wanted it. All that went out the window. It all reconverted into what it became. But the Union, man, we was coming back from an event and we was crossing over the Commodore Bridge, and the stadium's right, I don't know if you've ever been, but it's you gotta go. Yes. The stadium is literally right under the bridge. And it was just bright lights. And we're driving, me and my brother were in the truck, and we're driving, we're coming over, and I'm see, that's the stadium we need to be in. Eagles, too cold, all that. That's our audience right there. And literally a week later, I got an email from a guy at the partnership, and was we see your brand, we see your social media, we see what you're doing. Yeah. And let's meet, let's talk. And we just went down and we literally just sat at a table and was just he's, kind of this conversation, what's going on, what you got going on, where you been at, how'd you get here? And I was we just do it organically. We're just
Is that when you were posting four times a day?
A lot. Yeah. So, yeah. In the beginning.
Social media helped. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was so this is our third year. So this was at the peak of it. We're still moving, and it was post-pandemic. So we was really active during the pandemic, just staying busy. We were busy. We weren't dead, and people was invested in me and my brother and the shop. So it was people were coming. People were just wanting to take a picture. It was we just want you to stay. It wasn't we want ice cream. It was we just want you guys to make it. We're gonna be here.
So you had a lot of support coming from the community
so
as well.
much.
Wow, that's
so much.
It shows in your posts.
Yeah.
You're taking pictures of kids eating ice cream,
that's
families,
it.
all that stuff.
I mean, what else is there? You can have a beautiful Instagram, but that's cool to post on your page. That means no engagement. That means nothing to the community. When the kids see their picture, that's oh, I'm famous on a Scoops page. To them, that's bigger than, I'm not saying Brian Dog, but to them, that's bigger to them. They don't care.
Yeah.
I'm on Scoops page, whatever. So
that's awesome.
And families love it. Families repost it. They share it. So it's not about that. It's about, touching your community and you'll be good. So who am I? So my name's Akain Rowland, Navy vet. Me and my brother opened this up in 2016. We came up with the idea in 2014, 2015, but it wasn't ice cream. It was Italian ice that we were going to open up down in Charlotte, North Carolina. We was going back and forth. We're, checking out buildings, trying to get the right location. Never really worked out. And we just came back up here, our home base, and we opened up thinking we were going to be a water ice, just kind of get it going. And our first day, we put a little open sign out front because we never scooped ice cream. We put open 3 to 9, and we literally had 250 people show up.
Wow.
Line out the door, and we're I guess we're doing this. Like, we literally just was like scooping without any knowledge. So if I could tell you, like, I brainstormed this up, I didn't. The stars aligned. Everything kind of, community grabbed hold of us. They took hold of us. We take care of our community, take care of us, and we've just like grown from there. But backstory, I was served in the Navy right out of high school, literally left 2 days before graduation because if not, I would have had to wait until like the fall of next year in order to leave. So I didn't even get to walk in my graduation. I left for boot camp.
Wow.
Just off of like, I just knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go. I was ready to like kind of get going. My brother, who's older, was already in the Navy, so I kind of like had a chance to see the life of like, you know, freedom and adulthood, but also like kind of like being in college, but with a paycheck. I was like, that's kind of nice. That's where I want to go. So I was able to join the Navy. I did that, traveled the world, did 3 deployments. My contract came to an end, and I was, you know, in 08, 09, where we thought was the worst time of like financial history, not knowing later in life. I said, you know, I think I'm ready to like find my actual path and like do a little bit more with what I'm doing. So I decided to get out and go to school. So I went out, I went to California, and I went to nursing school because that was like the only guaranteed job at the time of like, I know I can have a career. I know I can like succeed. And so I did nursing, went to school out in California, came back, and I got offered a job at Montgomery County Correctional Facility as a nurse. So that's how I got sucked back to the East Coast. So I came home, I worked there a little bit for like 4 years, and I was just like, the burnout of this is not really what I pictured. So my brother, who's an electrician, was out in the Navy as well. We said, let's go to school. So we both went back to school for our accounting and business degree. We completed that together, walked the stage together, and postgraduate, I went and worked at an insurance firm as an accountant and thought I wanted to wear a suit and tie and sit behind a desk. And my brother went off and did some HVAC, like business work. And I sat behind a desk and I literally hated it. Like, just was the worst thing I could ever do. Like, I was just so used to fast movement, moving on my feet, you know, talking to people, engaging people. And we both looked at each other, and my job was going to send me down to Charlotte. And I said, well, you know, let's open up a water ice stand down in Charlotte. They don't have water ice. You know, got a couple Ritas, but not like Philly style water ice. So, like I said, the story I was saying, going back and forth, didn't work out, came back here. I opened up the shop because we had all of the equipment. We purchased everything, was ready to go. And the story has written itself. I literally have just been going since 2016 and don't even know what happened. You know, it's kind of crazy, actually. Like nine summers later. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
So you go from suit and tie, accountant, nurse.
Well, Navy uniform,
Yeah,
nurse,
Navy uniform nurse, right? Yeah,
nurse,
yeah.
accountant,
and now
to, you know, scooping ice cream for a living.
Ice cream.
Yeah, which I love to introduce myself at. It's my favorite title. They're like, "Oh, what do you do?" I scoop ice cream for a living. You know, like, you know, my fiance hates it, but I'm like, scoop ice cream for a living.
Really?
Yeah. She's like,
wild.
"No, you actually own." Like, I'm like, "No, I just scoop ice cream for a living. It's fun." So yeah, journey upon itself that kind of just created its own path, and I just let it go where it's going.
Damn, that's amazing, man. And thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
We'll be right back after this.
We created VetFest as a way to bring together not only veteran organizations that have food or vendors, but also the service organizations that serve the veteran community, as well as people that just are veteran supporters.
This is our first year at VetFest. We jumped at the opportunity. We love supporting veterans. I'm a veteran.
There are so many vendors, participants, veterans.
I had no idea just how big it is. There are so many vendors out here, so much fun. I'm loving the live music.
So today we have some of our tadpole obstacles set up. That's our kids course. We brought out everything from walls to carries, crawls. We have a rope swing.
Great to be at Vet Fest. I'm a veteran myself in the United States Navy.
This is Team Foster's second time at Vet Fest. Super excited to be out here. Lots of amazing vendors, great energy, fantastic people.
This year, the thing that I enjoy the most is just to see the success of all the different vendors and the excitement that they're having about being here, potentially be coming back next year, and even adding to this, adding more vendors and adding more veteran-owned organizations that can just, raise the awareness of what veterans are capable of.
Now back to Shots on the Go.
This isn't the only location. Now, how long has it been since you had this location?
So,
and this is in Malvern,
this
by the
is
way.
the Malvern location. This is the, I call it the flagship.
Yeah.
The original, the OGs of everything. All my customers have watched me from a young man to who I am now. But Malvern, this is our 9th summer.
Nice.
8 years total. We haven't celebrated a birthday yet, but I feel like the time will come. I'm just not ready to have a birthday party of 1 year, 3 year, 5 years. Just we just keep growing. I just don't know when that time is. But during the pandemic, right before the pandemic, 2020, we opened up a location in downtown Westchester.
Nice.
So that's been 4 years now. Awesome. Different vibe of Malvern, a little bigger city vibe. Was a different learning curve of kind of getting involved, and small town was a little, they just grabbed you and was like, we want you here. The bigger city, you got to kind of move and groove a little harder and work a little bit to really get your name replanted. But it's been awesome. The town is great down there. And then we also are the ice cream for the Philadelphia Union.
Nice.
So that's been a journey of its own. 3 years now, partnership with them, and it's been great. So we do that. We have a couple catering trucks, and we're just doing wherever the wind blows us. We're kind of there and ready to go.
Now, I saw you last year, maybe even the year before, you were at Greencastle, where we do Vet Fest.
Absolutely.
And now you're going to also be a part of Vet Fest again this year.
We are, and so excited.
People are so excited about the ice cream.
Yeah.
I watched people, I did a video for that last year. I watched people walking around with ice cream sandwiches, just licking ice cream, just having a good old time. There's something about ice cream that just brings a community together and brings a community to you.
It's like no matter where you go in the world, no matter what vacation you take, no matter you travel to Bangkok or you go to Mexico, wherever you endure your life, there's ice cream. It's one of those universal loves of for 10 minutes, it's just a drop of normalcy. It's just you give that kid ice cream for 5-10 minutes, that mom gets to sit there, that dad gets to sit there, and it's peace and quiet. It's it's a universal love all over that, whether you're, a year and a half or 80 years old.
Yeah.
It's that same joy that you get. So that's why I love it. No matter what I do, if it's a happy event, sad event, I just give them ice cream. It's all good. I got the best job in the world. It's, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. How do you feel that your military carear has helped you in this endeavor?
It's everything. It's really been everything of structure. My staff, we have the joy and opportunity to be the first job for a lot of 14, 15-year-olds, or sometimes the college kids, it's their first jobs. So just my military has given me the opportunity to instill work ethic in the people and allow them to understand processes and doing things that don't make sense at the moment, but will pay out later. Cleanliness, being prepared, all those things of just life things that you kind of learn later on. It allows me to show the kids or staff and be a visual of it, and then actually show them why it worked and how it works later. And I think that's been the biggest process, whether it's having a health inspection.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will stress that, but we've been doing that. You stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Right.
Everything's clean. Don't go out the door without checking your doors or making sure this is just basic things that in life, they go off to college, they do SATs, they do whatever. It's just a preparation that travels, and I just love to see that and watch it.
Yeah.
So it's just been one of those journeys that just all my careers have blended into this one thing, and it's just like the easiest and best job that I could have. You know, so
yeah, absolutely. So what's your favorite ice cream?
ooh. You know what? It's $1. Everybody who asks me that, I'm like, it's $1. That's my retirement fund. Every time somebody asks me what's my favorite ice cream, our top seller and what we do, we rotate flavors. So we kind of make people mad sometimes because like they get so locked in on a flavor and they come in and they're like, it's not here. And we're like, oh, well, try this. And they're like, oh, that's my new favorite. But my old time is the Graham Slam.
Graham Slam, okay.
It's a graham cracker ice cream. Ribbons of graham cracker, chocolate covered crunch, top seller. We cannot get away from it, no matter what. It needs to be up. But the good thing is we keep a lot of old school flavors like black raspberry, you know, classic mint chip. You know, we do like the Cookie Monster for the kids and they're like and adults. You know, like Magical Unicorn. But we rotate. So you know, we bring the butter pecan up, but we do pralines and cream. So it's a mixture of different flavors, and we try and like keep with the times, but also keep it simple. We don't want to be fads where we're doing sourdough and sauerkraut and chili, you know, like crazy. None of that crazy stuff. We like to keep it simple and but also adventurous, but make sure it's fun, but also like gives you that childhood memory of just like getting a cone. So,
yeah, speaking of cones, I'm seeing here you've got pretzel cones,
absolutely.
You've got all kinds of good goodies, you've got cups.
Yeah, waffle bowls, you know, we do milkshakes, any flavor. We don't do just like a vanilla chocolate. You come in and you see a, you know, Nittany Paul's milkshake, ice cream. We're like, oh, we can make it a milkshake for you. So we do whatever you want.
Yeah.
No rules. You know, we're not a franchise. We just mom and pop.
Nice.
We do what we want. So whatever, you know, whatever's gonna make you happy and enjoy your visit, that's all that matters. So
how do you keep it? How do you keep it interesting for you? How do you keep the motivation for running a business like this? You know, how do you do that?
You know what? Of all the years being like interviewed or questioned, that is probably one of the hardest questions. People in life probably see Instagram businesses or influencer businesses where it just looks like, I started a business, I got a private jet tomorrow, or like, I drive a Lambo. Does not exist.
No.
It does not exist.
I sure enough don't have a key for one. So,
exactly, and neither do I. So I think the hardest part is to keep creating avenues that like interest you. Like, I mean, I started the shops, it was great. And then I found a passion in doing our events, like going out in the streets, doing schools or doing Greencastle Great Vet Fest. It's like one of those things where you get to be at this event where there's 80 other veteran vendors and you get to see brothers, sisters of like coffee shops or whatever. And it's like you never even knew these people existed. And now they're on your radar. So like that's how I stay interested, because I'm very interested in people, people's story. I think everybody's one and the same, whether you're the CEO or the janitor or you're, you know, cutting the grass, whatever it is, like, I think you're awesome. I just want to like know you. I want to talk to you. I just want to make you smile.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it, but it's hard. I can tell you, you know, 9 summers in, it you know, year 7, you're like, what am I doing? Things kind of get into an automatic mode and you're like,
that 7-year itch.
Yeah, and it like goes into a low where you're just like, they don't need you as much. The staff don't need you as much. They're running. And it's like, you got to find your niche again. So I say keep opening up avenues, keep networking, because you keep meeting people and it opens up doors and it lets you see what they're doing to grow more and like create that urge to kind of do better or not get complacent. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just like keep chasing that itch.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I can't tell you it's easy. It's definitely hard. Definitely hard.
That's great advice, especially for a lot of veterans out there that are getting out of the service and they're looking to figure out what they want to do with themselves. Some of them don't even know how to transition what they've done in the service into civilian world.
Hard.
And this is a great inspiration for a lot of people to let them know, like, sometimes an idea just comes. Sometimes it's not even the idea you have planned.
That you thought about.
Because we've interviewed a few other people and it wasn't their idea to start like a coffee shop or a ice cream shop, but now it is. And you're 9 years in. Yeah. And so that's amazing and that's inspiring.
That transition word is the scariest thing for any veteran, and let's just say for everybody.
Yeah.
We're speaking for veterans because that's what we are, and that's like the group that we are with. But this is a relatable topic, whether you're a high school kid going to college. That transition of who you were to now you're a nobody in a big pool is the scariest transition you can make. It really is. It's the unknown. And like you said, I talked about my journey here. Nothing involved ice cream. Nothing involved food. Everything I did, I was just like taking a shot. And it was like throwing darts without ever throwing a dart. And then that one hits. And you're like, oh, that just worked. Let me do that again. You know, it's like, and that's just how life is of like, you know, whether you're a teacher and you teach for 10 years and the pandemic hit and now you're trying to reinvent yourself, or, you know, you've been a lawyer and you just hate it, now you open a food truck. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's like a passion that you got to like refine. Right. And it's tough, but you just got to keep going.
You know, like, so the moral of the story here is shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, shoot your shot and make life happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooters going to shoot, they say. Whether you miss or make it, you got to shoot. You don't know.
You got to do it. Thank you so much for your time on this, especially. Yeah. One last thing. Yeah. Why are you involved in VetFest? What is it about VetFest that you've got your hands in there? Because you've been there for a few years now.
I'm going to tell you, the team at Greencastle, they reached out to me, and a lot of times I don't do a lot of festivals. I don't like. I really like to be small and into what I'm doing. And I before I joined VetFest, I kind of talked to a couple of the team members, and you know, they told me what they got going on, what they're into. And then I went to my first one with like a blinder on of just like, here goes one of those events that some unknowns throwing, that's milking the vets and just trying to do it. And I got there and I was like, this is a genuine like company that's just trying to really make an impact for veterans and move them forward and give them a platform. Like it's what they do. It's just like their groove. So when I got there, it just, I attached to them because I'm like, this is awesome. Like these guys, I have brick and mortars. I have a bigger platform than a lot of them, but some people are starting out of their basement, their garages, and it gave them an opportunity to come and get seen by thousands of people and a lot that just wanted to support veterans. Yeah. And to them, that's a community that Greencastle gave them. And now they get to take that and keep growing and move with it. So that's why I'm in it. Whenever they ask me anything, you got it. Like I'm involved in anything that they need, any help that they need, because you see when people are doing good, you want to help them do better. Yeah. So that's it. So that's why I'm involved, and I just love what they're doing, and it's just awesome. You know, awesome company.
Well, that's a great endorsement. Thank you so much for your time.
No, my pleasure, man. Thanks so much for popping in.
Absolutely.
And traveling over to see us, and you know, we'll see you guys at VetFest. Ice cream, everything. Let's go party. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, let's do it.
On behalf of Greencastle, your nation's premier strategy execution firm, I'm your host, Al Green, and we'll see you in the next episode.